As you can see, currently right behind me, I am located at our place that we have located in East Dorm, New York, upstate New York. And I am standing on a 20-plus-year-old deck that was damaged by someone who was trying to work on it, trying to strip the paint off of it, and they did not use the proper techniques and methods. So today the video is on ripping this whole deck up and putting a new deck down. So I'm going to show you guys the whole process from start to finish. So the way that this deck looks like it was framed was that it's 34 feet long by 11 feet wide, but I'm going to double check and show you guys how I'm going to do that. And it looks like they used two 12-foot boards and one 10-foot board to span the whole distance. But we're going to just double check so we could order the material exactly the way they built it.
I had previously measured this off camera, but I was just double checking to confirm that it was the distance I remembered.
So it's actually just a hair over 11 feet. So that really isn't going to be an issue for us, just confirming what that is.
So you can see how bad the wood got beat up with the pressure washer, getting too close to it, too high of pressure, and also it just being older wood in general.
Realistically, I think we're going to face a little bit of an issue getting these boards up, as the deck is quite a bit older, around 20 plus years old, and they also use Phillips at the time of the deck build. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to unscrew the boards, pop some up, hammer, pry bar, and an impact gun. And before we go any further, we just want to see what's going on under the deck before we open up a can of worms. So actually we're already facing a few issues with this. Some of the screws are already stripping out, so that's okay. What I'm going to resort to doing is try to take up as much of the screws as possible and then pry and rip up whatever I can't get. All right, so we tried playing nice and taking the boards up gracefully, but we're gonna resort to just cutting them out. I know they make tools that help strip the deck boards up, but with this case, we're still gonna be dealing with the existing screws that won't come out and that are stripping out. So we're gonna have to cut out sections so we can get leverage, so we can knock out sections. So this is as far as I've gotten so far, which is not bad, under an hour, and considering it's just me, we're moving. Unfortunately, I can't save as many deck boards as I would like to, given the circumstances that it was framed with Phillips heads, and in between that, again, was just normal nails. So it definitely makes it difficult. I'm cutting them in sections, prying them and hammering them up. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna do this third, clean up, and then I'm gonna do this third, clean up, and then I'm gonna do that third. And then I'll probably go around at the end, try to get up as many screws as possible by either taking them out with the impact gun, or I'm going to have to take a metal bit with the reciprocating saw and level them out with the deck joist. So let's keep going.
All right, so we're just about at a third of the deck ripped up. And I just wanted to point out one of the things I've ran into along ripping this up. The reason why this deck originally got power washed was to get this bare deck over off. And if you don't know, that product had a recall quite a few years ago, and it just wasn't a great product, and we wanted to strip it off. We had someone come and try to get it off, but the deck ended up being destroyed. So in addition to screws like this being stuck in there and not coming out fully just like that, and the heads being rounded, we even have the bare deck over filling in some of the holes and making it hard to locate where some of the screws are. So just wanted to point that out. All right, so I'm just about up to the 3/4 mark. We have about a full 10-foot board length left to strip up. I had to move the bar out of the way. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take all this, strip it up, take all the nails out and the screws, and then I'm going to slide this back onto the deck joist and then continue with this. And I'm going to start tomorrow decking from this way forward, and then I'm going to slide this deck back onto the finished part and continue on this part. Whoopsie, I hope that puffs out. Okay, so I finally wrapped this side up. Over here, I'm gonna leave that last board on there till tomorrow. And I'm gonna go and start on this end right now and take out all the screws and nails. So that's just about it for today. Got all the nails and screws out. Looking pretty good. We'll take this board out tomorrow and get some new boards on here. Okay, so I know that this skipped forward just a bit, but I did have some time invested in getting that last piece of wood out, and that took quite some time. And then I just wanted to get a jump on this, and I didn't really have a chance to film. So I just want to show you how the decking is coming out. I'm not doing it exactly the way I originally explained it. I'm doing an alternating pattern, but I had purchased, you can see right in that corner, 12 and 10 foot lengths. And I started out with 2 12s and a 10. I started staggering the pattern here. And if you see what this is, I got this little tip on Home Renovision, which is another great YouTube channel for home remodeling. Unfortunately, we're dealing with wood that warps and there's gaps here. So to close them in as close as possible, you screw this to the side of the joist, right where the gap is. And what you want to do is put your 2 screws in, but not fully. And you're gonna lean up or push up against this and push it as close as you can into the wood. And that'll close up that gap and you screw it. You're not gonna get it perfect, most likely, but it definitely is gonna help it. So this is how we're making out so far. So luckily, I've gone up to this part, and my friend Jordan has come along. He's definitely given me a big hand in getting this deck complete. We're having some little issues like this with the gaps, but that's to be expected as we're working with wood and wood warps, and wood isn't perfect. So we're just probably about a little over a quarter done here, and we're gonna keep moving along. Alright, so a simple tip that I wanted to show you guys is I have to cut this piece so that it's center of the joist, but what I'm going to do is use my framing square along with my circular saw. I'm going to line the blade up
right over here, sparing the line. And I'm gonna hold this square to the piece, and I'm gonna go right ahead and cut it so I have a nice guiding surface. So now I got a nice square cut, slide this back down, right center of the stud.
Just wanted to wrap this video up. I didn't show every single step, obviously. This is very fast forward to where the furniture is back on the deck. But everything is pretty much done. I got all the boards on, all the way up into the edge over here. Got the stairs up. And I did a little cutout around the wheels to the camper. And I have the bar back on here. I'm gonna maybe do a series of finishing this bar up. This was actually some wood that I had gotten from a job, and I repurposed it, but it still needs an edge on there, and quite a few other things. So I just want to show you guys how it all came out. Thank you for watching.